Alright, so today I'm gonna try and watch An Ant's Life. It has a 1.4 on IMDb, and it was released in 1998, huh? You know what's sad is that where it says people who liked this, there's What's Up, A Car's Life, Little Panda Fighter, Plan B, Little B, and Chopcake Panda. Wow, bar set high. It is by the same director as A Car's Life. Now, I'm actually not sure because on Amazon Prime, it says that this movie was released in 2006. I think 2006 made more sense than 1998 because I would never believe that this was the 4th animated movie ever made. Or even second. I would never believe An Ant's Life is that old. But yeah, but I know I say this in every episode, but I know this won't be the worst. Because, first off, it's only 20 minutes. Second off, it's just, there's almost no way it could be the worst, I guess. Like, it's not even gonna be that painful. Come on, it's only 25 minutes. It's not gonna be bad, right?
You know, it's amazing. You are 100% wrong. I mean, nothing you've said has been right.
You're wrong, Kermit, because this movie is not gonna be that bad. The most obvious ripoff so far, An Ant's Life is brought to us by the same director as A Car's Life. Wow, you've set the bar really high. Maybe that's the reason why the names are so similar. And what's weird is that on Google it says this movie is 1 hour long. But it's only actually 25 minutes long. So if you don't know how these reviews work, I like to go over 4 categories. The animation, the story, the dialogue, and the laughability. So let's just kick it right off. Let's just start with the animation. Like A Car's Life, every character design in this movie is very ugly and very bland. It's pretty much what you'd expect. But there are things in this movie that are animated just so creepily and just so weird. Like when the caterpillar turns into a moth, he has like deer antlers. I don't know why that's the design they chose. But some of the scenes are just so weird that I can't even put them into words. Like the way the caterpillar jumps, a caterpillar walking with its butt. No, I'm serious, that's how he walks. And ants pooping out eggs. The list just goes on. I could go on all day about it. But every single character just looks like a clay model redrawn into an animated movie. It's not claymation because the frame rate isn't as off as a claymation movie. The frame rate on a claymation movie is destined to be bad because the way it's made is you have multiple pictures. Each frame you have to take. Essentially, it's impossible to make a movie that's claymation not have a bad frame rate. The frame rate in this movie is bad, but it's not like claymation frame rate. But the character designs are just so creepy. Ugh. Like every single character is just off-putting and really uncanny. If you thought Coraline was creepy, An Ant's Life, it'll scare the crap out of you. Welcome to the bottom of the uncanny valley. Now the story. Now the plot is a new ant comes to the backyard and she decides to make a nest with her ant sisters. And they build a nest together. They build an anthill together and make a bunch of eggs. Yeah, that's as boring as it sounds. I guess the name is correct. It is basically just watching a bunch of ants living their life with dialogue backed up. But this movie has a serious pacing issue. I thought it was 25 minutes because they didn't have enough material. No, they just take the plot and they just rush it out as fast as they can. Like, this movie is the perfect example of a movie that probably just took like an hour to make. Writing the script only took like 5 minutes. It sounds like a script if someone just went up to me and they're like, write a script about an ant, and then An Ant's Life, okay? And you have to do it in like 5 minutes. This is the script I'd write, and it'd be a bit basic, and then they'd be like, add a twist to the end, and I'd be like, fine, so I'd add the most basic twist of them all. But the movie is so fast, you don't even know really what's happening. There's enough material in this movie for it to be a 40-minute movie, but it's so rushed that there's no substance to it at all. And every character literally has no development, and literally, and I mean literally, no influence. I can't believe I'm saying this, but at least in A Car's Life, Sparky's influence was that he wanted to have fun And in Ratatouille, Marcel just wanted to run a successful store. Here, there's no development at all. And if there is an influence, it's just said in one line and you don't even remember it at all. I can almost say there's little influence, but no, there's literally no influence. These are just characters. They're just walking ants. And ants even at least have an instinct. These characters don't even have instincts. The script is just so boring and lazy, and it's just awful. It's the perfect example of a movie that just took like 5 minutes to write. Ants are smarter than the characters in this movie. Next, the dialogue. Like expected, it's trash. There are multiple lines that are used in the movie where they record one line, then they repeat the line back. Yes, this happens in the movie. There's actually a full scene where the same gasp is used like 8 times in a row. Pretty much every single line in this movie is just exposition! And I feel really bad for the voice actors in this movie because the tone of voice they use never changes. They always have the same tone of voice. I don't know anyone in this movie, probably because they don't have anything. They don't have a career anymore, at least. And this is one thing I just realized. The movie is also called, on IMDb, it calls it Bug Bites, An Ant's Life. But nowhere else does it call that, so I'm calling it An Ant's Life because it really isn't called Bug Bites. I'm serious, it's probably just called A Bug's Life after they were like... No, it's probably called An Ant's Life after they were like, hey, no, that's too similar to the Pixar masterpiece. Well, not masterpiece, it's a good movie, okay? An Ant's Life? No. But every voice actor in this movie probably got paid like $10 to do it. Just come into the studio and just record a couple lines. What? You don't want to be here anymore? Fine, I guess we're gonna have to repeat the lines. Yep, the dialogue is pretty pathetic in this movie. Next, the laughability. I'm sorry, I had to cut that laugh. I was laughing for so long. Oh my god, this movie is hilariously bad. There are a lot of awful moments. There's a caterpillar who jumps 1 foot into the air. There's so many moments of just just huge laughter. I'm gonna say that this movie might not have as many funny moments as The Little Panda Fighter, but it is still hilarious. There's just one scene where I was just laughing the whole time because they just kept repeating the same line over and over and over again. Just, and yep, every single character just pretty much responds with this. Ow. Ow. Ah. And if something scary happens, that's me trying to do the Ant's Life gasp. It's so hard. I'm gonna say that Ant's Life is the least bad movie I reviewed. It's not the best, it's just the least bad. But everything about this movie, the animation is it just looks completely incomplete. Just nothing about it. Looks like just a bunch of lazily made clay characters thrown onto a computer. The dialogue is completely terrible. It just feels like an incredibly rushed film, like they needed to get this done. There are literally no characters in this film. There's so many awkward moments and it's just terrible. But the reason why it is technically one of the worst I've reviewed, in fact, it's probably technically worse than The Little Panda Fighter. Or maybe it might even technically be worse than A Cars Life. But I'm gonna say it isn't as bad as any of the movies I've reviewed, just because it's only 25 minutes long. When you watch it, you do feel like it took an hour, but it is only 25 minutes long. It's the least painful of any of these, but it is still a terrible movie. You might just think it'll be a simple 25-minute movie, but trust me, it feels like 2 hours. Still, another one of those underrated Pixar movies, like I said on Cars, I really like A Bug's Life. Is it perfect? No. Is it as good as Cars? No. But it is still a really good movie. I even have it on VHS, seriously. Like, I have this. Wow. I haven't put this thing in years, because no one uses VHS anymore. Wonder how much this would sell for on eBay. But the world of ripoffs is endless. Oh, there's another one coming. From our old friends, Video Brinquedo. The hated ripoff of Up. Great, now I gotta sit through What's Up. That's gonna suck. Well, see you guys next time on a review of What's Up. This review will not come out for a little while, maybe a week or so, because I'm just gonna go on a trip soon to sail away from all these movies. Goodbye.